Hangamaheshi, Mark Lara Degamdia Le'i. My name is Mark Lara. I am an environmental specialist with the Washoe Environmental Protection Department. I was born and raised in the San Joaquin Valley on a farm, and I made my way back to the Tahoe Basin as a Corps member through the California Conservation Corps. I have an associate's in anthropology from Modesto Junior College, and I'm currently pursuing another degree in forestry from Lake Tahoe Community College. I feel that having the California Naturalist Conference here in Tahoe is very important because this is a very beautiful land, and it is very essential that we work to preserve it. I felt that it was important to come because as a California naturalist, as somebody who worked here with the CCC, and as a Washoe person who worked with the tribe, it was important to represent our department, to represent my journey here, to represent the CCC, and to an extent, to represent the California Naturalist program, because I believe that it is a necessary program, that it does great work, and that we need much more of it. So my biggest influence on becoming a California naturalist was my dad and my mom and my family. As a kid growing up, my dad knows a lot about plants, and he would take me drive around the fields, and as I was being in the truck with him, I'd just point at every plant and say, "What's that?" and he would tell me. And he put us through Boy Scouts. And my mom would take us up, and my mom and my dad would take us up to the mountains every year almost, or to the beach. And we always knew that we were Washoe, so we come up to Tahoe sometimes, but we mostly stayed down by Sonora Pass. And I just felt at home in nature. I just loved going out. I would go out as a little kid. We lived way out in the rural part of the Central Valley. I'd just go wander around by the river, and I just felt deeply connected to it. I'm a very curious person. I always want to know what is around me, what it's used for, what its name is, and its part role in the ecosystem, because everything from the smallest shrub to the biggest tree plays an important role. So in terms of my process, I always like finding something that I don't know, looking it up, and going through a deep dive into that thing, and then incorporating that into my broader understanding. My passion and interest in this rubs off on people, and it gets them involved in it. And then once they're involved, then there's a momentum. I think that it is becoming all the more important that indigenous peoples relearn their lands, relearn our connection to this land, to reevaluate our values towards this land. And I think that, incorporating both scientific understandings with traditional understandings, and I feel that these two things often coincide and are very compatible. And they give us a deeper understanding into who we are, because we are the land, and that the health of the land is directly tied to the health of us. And that's what I would like to say.